welcome back to my channel. This is Rachel doing part 2 of my labor and delivery story. Hopefully you watched part 1, and I will say the C-section was of course a success. If I didn't say that in my previous video, but it's kind of inferred. The C-section was successful. My baby was born without any issues. In fact, they said like he's a model baby when they ran all the tests. So baby Nolan is doing great. So after the C-section, where he's concerned, everything was fine. Outside of his glucose being a little bit low, but that's pretty common for a lot of babies. As I mentioned in the last video, after I gave birth, and the dust settled, then I started to feel the effects of the high blood pressure. After surgery, I think my blood pressure is like 175/90, something super high. You know, my blood pressure did start to go down, but it still wasn't at a level that they were particularly comfortable with. If you've had surgery or if you've been in the hospital for any extended period of time, you know that people are always bursting into your room. So for me, I feel like it was forming a vicious cycle. I was on edge and anxious because my blood pressure was on high. They kept coming in and telling me my blood pressure was high. My heart rate was up. It was at some points like my heart rate was 145 beats a minute. So it just wasn't good. I felt so weird, and I didn't know necessarily if it was due to childbirth initially or, you know, blood pressure, high blood pressure. I later on found that the magnesium that I was given, which is used to help with blood pressure, high blood pressure, makes you feel weird. And I was also given other blood pressure medication. If this has ever happened to you, please drop in the comments below and let me know if you can relate to just feeling weird. And your heart beating out of your chest, it doesn't help the entire situation. So anyway, I delivered on the Monday. I was discharged the Friday, and I was told to follow up with an endocrinologist on the Monday. So again, I still hadn't done much research on preeclampsia or eclampsia because I know myself. I don't want to worry and then, you know, again, have my blood pressure shoot through the roof. So I kind of was in the dark. When I got to the doctor on Monday, she wasn't playing around. She was very serious with me. And it was only then that I found out how serious eclampsia is. Serious and pretty rare. So, you know, she put me on medication. She said she didn't particularly care for the way the hospital was treating the eclampsia because they were only treating it when it, you know, got to it when my blood pressure was super high. So she had a different way of doing it. So I was told to check in with her daily, letting her know what my blood pressure was. So I bought a cuff. And then from there, she would tell me how much medication to take. So we did that for maybe 2 or 3 days, and my blood pressure came back down to normal, thank God. But those 3 days, I would say I felt horrible, and I don't even know what words to use to describe the feeling. I just felt out of it, anxious, if you will. I didn't really have any blurry vision. My feet and my hands, of course, took some time for the swelling to go down, but a lot of the physical symptoms of eclampsia I didn't really have outside of just feeling strange. And she did say, like, look, how you feel today is not how you're gonna feel in 2 weeks, in a week actually. And I will say she was right. If you are going through this, I would say hang in there. It does get better. The first couple of days, especially if you have eclampsia, are gonna feel weird, especially if you have a C-section and, you know, you're dealing with a new baby. You are definitely not going to be yourself. But again, hang in there. It does get better. So what else do I want to mention to you? At the hospital, they did, how did I forget this part? So my blood pressure wasn't going down, as I mentioned before, in the hospital, and my heart rate was super high. They did end up giving me a CAT scan. Everything came back normal. With that, again, thank God, because, you know, on top of everything going on, who the heck wants to deal with a blood clot? They did administer medication to help with blood clots, so, you know, they probably just did that to be 100% sure. If you know anything about the healthcare field, you know Massachusetts is one of the best places you can receive medical attention. So they just wanted to, you know, dot all their I's and cross all their T's, which I am grateful for. What else, you guys? I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have had preeclampsia, or eclampsia before, comment down below. Let me know what your experience was. If you're a new mom, again, comment down below. If you have some tips you'd like to share, let me know. I am very new at this new journey in life, so I can use all of the tips, you know, and all of the advice I can get. I would definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, all that good stuff. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.